today we are learning to count backwards. This is something a lot of us find tricky. It is a tricky skill, but it is something we like to challenge ourselves with because we like challenges. So today we are practicing how to count backwards in ones. To warm up, can you count backwards from 5? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 6, 0. Well done. Now it's your turn to challenge yourself. Can you count back from 20? If this is tricky, please use the number lines in the PowerPoint. Then challenge yourself to put the number line on the side and not use it. Remember, you can always bring it back to use the number line to help you if there's a tricky part. Once you're really confident counting back from 20, can you count back from 30? What about any number within 100? Something that a lot of us children in year 1 find tricky is when we have to cross the tens barrier. That means when we go from 22 and we count backwards across 20. So we go 22, 21, 20, 19. We find that a little bit tricky in year 1, and it is something we need to practice. It could be from 52, 52, 51, 50. What comes before 50? So we need to practice this skill. Watch the next video on how to, or the next part of this video on how to use your number lines and 100 squares. Today in maths, we are learning how to count back. So we are learning how to count back in ones, in steps of 1. In year 1, we have got to try to count back from quite a large number by the end of the year. Our challenge today is to try to count back from at least 20. So I have put here a number line from 0 to 20. So we are going to start on the star side. You see where the 1 star is up here? And we are going to jump back. So you can use your fingers to point. I have got my pen ready to help me. So we're going to practice counting back. You need to first practice counting back using a number line like this. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. It might be better for you to point than focus on jumping. Once you've done that, I want you to practice counting between 20 from any number. For example, let's start at 11 and count back to 5. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. To challenge yourself, can you count back between 30 and 0? So maybe I will start at 24. So 24 and count back to 17. 24, 23, 22, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and so on. If you don't know which numbers to choose, I have a game that I have borrowed from Diane. Thank you, Diane. This game is where you have your piece of paper with your number line or 100 square like this. And you need to drop the 2 pieces of either counters, stones, pebbles, toys onto your 100 square like this. They have landed on my 100 square. So this one has landed on the number 36 and this one has landed on the number 55. What I am going to do is try to count in between those numbers. Let's have a little look on the next slide. So I'm going to circle the number 55 because that's the number that I dropped my counter on. And I'm going to also highlight the number 36. So this is where we get a little bit more challenging. Which number is bigger, 55 or 36? That's right, 55. So now I'm going to practice counting back. This is tricky, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm going to start at 55 and I'm going to try and jump back. So 55, 54, 53, 52, 51. Where do I go now? That's right, I've got to go all the way up here. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. Something a lot of our tamariki in year 1 struggle with is when we get to these T numbers. It is tricky for children in year 1 to figure out what comes before. So we can count 23, 22, 21, and then we get a little stuck. It would be really helpful for us in year 1 to try and practice crossing that barrier. So let's try 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and so on. It is very important we practice how to count backwards. And thank you, Diane, for your fun game. Now, I hope you enjoy practicing how to count backwards from any number in ones.